My name's Kelsey. I'm 26 years old, and I'm in my third year at Harvard Medical School. For me, my narcolepsy diagnosis actually happened relatively quickly, and that is extremely unusual for narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a condition that, in part because people aren't aware of what the symptoms are, even in the medical community, it often takes people anywhere from 6 months to 10 years to get a diagnosis. I've heard people describe the way they view narcolepsy as like, oh, you fall asleep standing up, or you fall asleep right in the middle of like some very important like climactic event, like on your wedding day. Like, that's not narcolepsy. The tiredness is something that manifests in like the kind of like quieter moments. Before narcolepsy, I'd say I was a pretty ambitious person and student. I didn't used to drink coffee, and all of a sudden I was drinking 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee a day and still just feeling totally exhausted. And I would wake up every 30 minutes from that time I had hit the pillow until the sun rose. On top of that, started to have these really bizarre dreams, to the point where sometimes I'd even, for a couple minutes upon awakening, be convinced that whatever had happened in my dream was real. My sleep-wake cycle is sort of like if you imagine a light switch. My sleep-wake cycle is always flickering instead of being on during the day and off at night. The other, I'd say, lesser-known symptom of narcolepsy is cataplexy, which involves the very sudden and temporary loss of muscle tone, usually triggered by strong positive emotion like laughter. The hardest thing about cataplexy was having to feel like I had to guard my emotions. Even though I wanted to be a doctor for as long as I can remember, I was worried that I would not be able to perform the way doctors are supposed to perform, in part because of the stigma, in part because of the culture of medicine. I came to a realization that narcolepsy didn't necessarily mean I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do. It just meant that I might have to do them differently. I think it's also helped me connect better with other people who've been through similar experiences in a way that's hard to teach in a medical school classroom. I really hope that there will be some treatments that not only treat the symptoms of narcolepsy, but that also target the sort of underlying disease process. Yes, there have been challenges, but I think going through everything that I've been through, diagnosis, adjusting to narcolepsy, and eventually figuring out a way to really live proudly with narcolepsy.